Blackburn
Enterprises.
Thank you for coming to our channel. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here with me. Back with a new movie review. I'm JB.
And I'm Ken.
And today we're going to be reviewing
White Man Can't Jump.
Here you go with these songs
It's
again.
the song.
Is that really the song?
Yes,
is that really the song?
it is.
She be thinking every movie has a soundtrack song, and I don't be agreeing.
It goes with it.
But anyway, this is a
White
review
Man
of
Can't Jump.
White Man Can't Jump. This movie is directed by dude got like a nickname or something.
Yeah, Kwame. No,
yeah.
that's
Kwame?
Not, that's not it.
Is that his
Go
name?
ahead. It's something like that.
Kwame?
It's something. Go ahead, say it.
Calmatic.
Sounds same.
Sound like a producer.
Sounds same to me.
I think he is a producer or something. But yeah, but I might know previous movies that he's directed such as.
The new House Party that we just did a review on.
Check out the big brain on Brad.
You didn't think I did my research.
Whatever. But yes, he did direct the new House Party, which we did do a review.
Yes,
So
we did.
make sure you check that out. All right, so go ahead and let's get into those actors and actresses. This movie is starring Jack Harlow.
What's poppin'? Brenda Whip just dropped in.
Wait, what did you just say?
Brenda Whip just dropped in.
I don't think that's what you said.
I got options.
You need options.
Shut up.
But you might know him in previous movies such as.
This is his first movie.
Yeah, exactly. He's an
an
artist.
He's an artist. He's a rapper.
Yes, he is a rapper. So
Yeah. New on the scene.
he is new on the scene. All right. Also starring this movie, we have Sinqua Walls. Might know him in previous movies such as.
He was on the show American Soul.
This cheated your
Yes.
butt off.
No,
dude.
I remember him because our daughter was on.
You
American
didn't.
Soul.
He
He was the one with that. He was.
I know that. I'm saying
Okay.
when you looked at the movie, you knew he was like, oh man, he's an American Soul.
No, but later
Exactly.
on, when I was staring at him, I was
No.
like, okay.
You
I
figured it out, or
remember.
did you type
But
his
once I
name
said, I
in?
was like, oh,
Or did you type his name in?
I typed in the movie.
Exactly. You cheating, be cheating.
Oh my
They be
gosh.
cheating.
That's so irking.
All right. Also starting this movie, we have the underrated Teyana Taylor.
Yes.
You might know her in previous movies such as.
Byron. She was on Lottery Ticket.
That's not Lottery Ticket.
Oh, I mean, it was with Bow Wow too.
Oh God.
Well, what is it called?
She's
Are
been
you
there
sure?
1,000. I know. Just
Oh.
Bow Wow was in Lottery Ticket, but
And
he was also in the Medea movie.
I thought that was Medea. I don't know. Yeah, he was in.
Lottery Ticket was his movie. That
well,
ticket was
they both was the same
family reunion.
Oh,
When it family reunion?
maybe Family Reunion. That might be it.
One of the Medea movies.
One of the Medea movies.
Yes.
I know who she was though. I know who she was with.
But she's also in 1001.
Yes,
I
which
believe,
we gotta watch.
which we gotta watch because I heard that it's magnificent. So we
Yes.
definitely gotta check that out.
Yes.
All right, and last but not least, we have Laura Harrier.
Oh man, I thought she was gonna say the other man.
Might know her in previous movies such as.
I don't know. Her.
She was in Spider-Man.
Oh, which one?
The first Spider-Man in the latest trilogy.
Oh, okay.
Remember her father was the Vulture.
Oh yes, I do remember that now. Because I wouldn't have never thought that was her father.
Yes. That's what made it.
That's
That's
gonna say
what made it a
the
big.
John
That's what
Wick
made it a big reveal.
Yes, it did. Okay, go ahead.
I guess also so you would talk about the John Wick dude, and rest in peace to Mr. Lance Reddick.
Yes.
You might know him in previous movies such as.
John Wick. He is the bellhop. I need a room.
Yes, he was the bellhop in John Wick.
Yes.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into the plot.
White man can't. Not playing. So, two different people from two different sides of the world come together, brought together by the game of basketball, to try to raise money for their families and live. They're trying to, make money, and they come together, and the game of basketball brings them together because they're both really good at the sport.
Yes, you got some street ballers that basically they played basketball in the past and things didn't necessarily work out for them, and so they basically have that in common. But they have a different way of approaching basketball, but nevertheless their love for the game is definitely something that they do have in common, and throughout circumstantial events they end up getting closer together, and they actually get to see how close they can become,
Yes.
coming from two different worlds.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into those likes.
I liked the storyline in this movie. The storyline was great. It made sense. It was very interesting and entertaining, and it just kept me wondering what was going to end up happening at the end. So
Yes, I do believe that the storyline was great. How they came together and how I guess the juxtaposition between this movie and the previous movie. For those, and that's something that we definitely have to address, and I think we talked about that on another movie that was a remake.
Probably House Party.
Probably was House Party, but and I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I typically have a wait and see approach when it comes to remakes, and I think like we said, Hollywood can. I think the consensus. I feel like the majority of people are like Hollywood like come up with new ideas. Quit doing that, but. Like I said, I generally have a wait and see approach because sometimes I think it's interesting to put a new spin on something that's been a classic or something that, that we've known for so long, and just to see, a new vision of this particular story. And that definitely is what takes place here. Like the overall energy of the movie is different, and that's something that I can appreciate. I feel like the old White Man Can't Jump is... It's just both with that movie and with this movie, they both do a good job of, they're like a sign of the times. Like if you look at how people are, especially if you want to, with the sport of basketball, I think one thing that people often talk about is how physical the game was, and I think in the older White Man Can't Jump, there was a lot of, like if you Wesley Snipes' character, between him and Woody Harrelson, they were very abrasive towards each other.
Yes.
The vast majority of the time in that movie.
Yeah.
In comparison to this one, no, it was not like that at all. Of course, there was some tension between the two, but nothing in comparison to the older White Man Can't Jump. But I do like how they came together, and how I feel like a really strong point of this is the friendship, and I guess that's a plus. The friendship that is the camaraderie that ends up being developed, and how again bringing it in today's time and being interested in different type of exercises, so to speak, that this generation is interested in. Like I like how they wove all that into the story.
Yeah, I agree.
Any other likes?
Yes, I like the callbacks to the original movie. Yeah. I like how they they deviated from the story, but they did not forget about the story. So they still like added that in different bits and pieces of it, and made it still its own story and movie, but weaved it into the story as they were telling it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. I think we've talked about that before, and we was trying to think of a movie, but the only one I could come up with, because we found a couple, but I don't forgot them. We talked about it originally. But one movie that comes to mind is I just forgot it. Footloose.
Oh yes, yes.
But yeah, if you look at the old Footloose and then the new one when it came out, maybe
like in the 90s?
No, it was 2000. I think it was like
okay.
I think it was late 2000s or whatever. But it's pretty much the same movie. It's pretty much the exact same movie, And it's similar to that, another movie that's kind of like that release, like Carrie. Carrie with the remake. I think they remade Carrie twice, right?
Probably so, yeah.
Comment down below if you know how many times they remade Carrie, because I feel like they did it twice. But if you do Carrie's pretty much the exact, it's kind of the same beats. It's still brought, maybe up to date, but it's still up the same beats. With this, what I think they did is they took the overall, plot, I guess, so to speak, but added its own flavor. They gave the particular characters their own, their own identities, and that's the thing with this movie, and that's one thing that I enjoy about it. Like, it has its own identity, and that keeps it fresh. That's one thing, if you're going to remake a movie, especially for those that like myself, that had a love and affinity for the older movie, at least give us something different, so that we can appreciate with the current movie, and that's something that they was able to do.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Any other likes? Oh wait, yeah. Let me touch on that real quick. But like you said, that was really dope. Like sometimes you had to pay attention, like if you to catch certain stuff. But there were certain things like, oh man, they're paying homage to such and such. That's dope. Oh man, this is just similar to how they did this in the older movie. It was like certain things. Like if you're a big fan of the original, or you can, and it's on Hulu, so you actually, you can go back and watch the original and just see some of the different things that they had in common. So,
yeah, that's true.
Any other likes?
I feel like the acting was cool. It wasn't a dislike, but it was cool. it wasn't like the best acting in the world, but these are all, I feel like, new actors and actresses, and they don't really get a lot of shine. So I think for what it was, they did what they had to do.
I think for me, I think the movie, to me, it was funnier. It was a lot funnier than I thought. And I almost think, in my opinion, that I think it's funnier than the original.
Yeah.
But I think the original, like I said, it was more raw and more uncut, you know what I'm saying, with what they were doing. And I think they had a lot of mama jokes, you know what I'm saying, which again was a sign of the times, because that definitely was the thing, you know what I'm saying, to talk about people's mamas, you know. But the type of comedy that they had in this, again, is a sign of the times. And so I thought the comedy was dope.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to get into the dislikes?
Sometimes there were parts that were kind of slow, or kind of draggy, but I think like they were setting up the story, and I sometimes just fall asleep when they do that. No, I'm so sorry. I do.
Apparently she wants Fast and the Furious movies where it's all where you want exploding cars and trucks and
something needs to be happening to make me be like, oh, or some drama or something. Somebody slam a door or something. Yeah, y'all was too tame.
Tisk.
And then
go ahead.
And then there was some stuff that like he said, they brought up certain different things that we do in today's time, but they didn't really explain it all the way. Just kind of like thrown in a little bit, like something with a drink. I'm just gonna say, and like, oh, what does this drink have to do with anything?
Well, I think that's a sign of the times,
just
though.
To show what type of person he was.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it was a sign of times. I don't think that was a bad thing.
Yeah.
I don't have any dislikes for it, so.
No.
Whatever. I do think it's interesting. Again, I guess the juxtaposition between the two movies and just when you look at that, it was just a lot more raw and uncut, so to speak.
Yeah.
When it comes to like the language that was being used, how abrasive the characters were to each other, and even the passion, so to speak, between characters and the old one in comparison to this one. It's just, again, it's a sign of the time. So.
That's true.
But let's go ahead and get into our favorite part of the show, the rating.
I'm gonna give this movie a B+. It was good. It was entertaining. It was just an average movie to me, though. So.
Oh, if it's an average movie, then shouldn't you give it a C? If it was average?
You're right. Maybe a B-. Because I don't want to give it a C because it was still entertaining. I might watch it again, and it wasn't like.
I don't think she knows anything about anything right now. But I'm going to give the movie a solid B.
Okay.
As well. As she said, it wasn't just like, over the top,
like,
you know what I'm saying, like Oscar worthy, acting or whatever.
No.
But they were definitely doing what they want to do. Like if you're a basketball fan, you're definitely gonna enjoy it. That's another thing too. They definitely talked about a lot of different people when it came to different people that was in the NBA or whatever. So you definitely, as a basketball fan, I was definitely able to pick up on the different, throwbacks or what it is that when they would talk about different sports figures or whatever. So that's something else that I enjoy. And I think the chemistry between Jack Harlow and Sinqua is one of the main things that helps the movie to go along. And I think this is a definitely a good overall production of what began in the 90s and today's spin on the whole white man can't jump.
Okay.
All right, so if you want to go ahead and do us a favor, hit that thumbs up button. We'll definitely appreciate it, and it helps out the channel. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, bruh, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We definitely appreciate it, and you can see more videos like this one. And if you want to go ahead and do us another favor, if you want to go ahead and hit that button that's shaped like a bell, if you want to go ahead and do that, you'll get a notification.
Every time we drop a new video.
Every time we drop a new video. And if you want to go ahead and do us one more favor, you want to go ahead and comment down below. And what should they comment?
What's your favorite basketball player and why?
Okay, who's your favorite basketball player and why?
I said what?
You said what?
I meant who? Oh, sorry.
She been messing up this whole video.
Oh my goodness.
All right, we appreciate every single one of you. And guess what? Holla at you. Peace.